Daniel Holmes went from being broke at 28, stuck in a toxic environment, to managing over 1 million in prop firm capital, getting consistent payouts, and living the kind of life most traders only dream about. But what made his story powerful wasn't just the money. It was how he used trading as a way to rebuild himself from zero. And today we're going to break down what he did, how he thought, and how you can apply the same lessons to your own trading journey. Let's get straight into it. Daniel didn't grow up around success. He grew up in one of the toughest areas in Australia. Crime, alcohol, broken homes, that was normal. His dad was an alcoholic, there were drugs everywhere, and nobody around him was doing anything good with their life. By his own words, if he had followed the environment around him, he would have ended up in jail like most people he knew. But even as a kid, he had this strange thought that wouldn't go away. He didn't know what he wanted to become, but he knew one thing for sure. He didn't want to be like everyone else. That small decision to think differently was the seed that started everything. And I want you to remember this. Change doesn't start when you make money. Change starts when you decide that your current path is not acceptable anymore. Now, things didn't magically get better. He didn't suddenly become disciplined or rich. Through his 20s, he still carried bad habits. He used the gym as his escape. He worked out, built discipline physically, but deep down he was still struggling mentally and financially. By 28, it all fell apart. He had no money, no direction, his relationship ended, and he felt like he was failing at life. That was his rock bottom. And here's the crazy part. Rock bottom is not the end. For most successful traders, that's where everything begins. Daniel jumped on his computer one day and typed in highest-paying jobs in the world. He saw doctors, surgeons, and then one word caught his eye: trader. He didn't know what it meant, but he got curious. He realized that trading doesn't care who you are, where you come from, or what degree you have. It's just you, a chart, and your decisions. That was all he needed to hear. He didn't know it yet, but that simple Google search would completely change his life. He started learning everything he could. But unlike many beginners who think trading is a get-rich-quick game, he came in knowing it would take time. He told himself, "I'll do whatever it takes to make this work." That's the mindset that separates dreamers from doers. At first, he did what most traders do. He worked a 9-to-5 job, came home, and studied charts all night. He watched live streams, practiced on demo accounts, and started his first funded account through prop firms because he didn't have his own capital. He saw prop firms as the perfect opportunity, small cost, big upside. But he also saw the trap: the daily drawdown limits, the strict rules, and the constant pressure to hit a target can destroy your psychology if you're not mentally prepared. He failed many times. He blew accounts. He broke his own rules. He repeated the same mistakes over and over again. He would tell himself, "This is my ticket out," only to ruin it the next day. And that's when he realized something deep. Trading wasn't just about charts. It was about him. His lack of discipline, his impulsiveness, his ego, all of it showed up on the screen. He said it best: your performance on the charts is just a reflection of who you are as a person. That's why most traders never make it. They keep trying to fix the strategy, but the real problem is their mindset. Daniel didn't give up. Even when he cried out of frustration, he showed up the next day. Even when he lost confidence, he logged back in and tried again. Because he believed in one simple rule: if someone else can do it, I could do it too. That's a powerful mindset. You don't need to be the smartest or richest to win in trading. You just need to refuse to quit. After years of failure, he realized he needed to simplify everything. He had tried every strategy: indicators, trend lines, moving averages, fancy systems. But the more he added, the worse his results became. So, he went back to what worked in the beginning: simple price action. Support, resistance, breakouts, bounces. That's it. He focused on gold. One pair, one setup, one time frame. 15-minute chart, clean and simple. When the price reached a key level, he waited for confirmation, then acted. No random trades, no FOMO, no guessing. He learned to make one good trade a day, and that was enough. He didn't need more, because the more time you spend in the market, the higher your chances of losing money. He traded Asia, London, and New York sessions, but he wasn't chasing setups. He was patiently waiting for the best one. It took him 2.5 years for things to finally click. Then another year to start making consistent profits. By 32, he was trading full-time and funded with over $1 million capital. And it wasn't luck. It was consistency, discipline, and self-awareness. What I loved about his story is that it's not a fairy tale. It's raw. It's real. He admits he made the same mistakes we all do. Revenge trading, over-leveraging, thinking he knew better than the market. But he also showed how anyone can change if they take accountability. When you blow an account, you have two options. You can complain and blame the prop firm, or you can journal the loss, find out what went wrong, and fix it. Daniel chose the second option. He started journaling every single trade, every emotion, every reason behind it. He became his own coach. And once he fixed himself, everything started improving. He started waking up early, reading the Bible, and following a daily routine that kept his mind sharp. He says he wakes up at 3:30 a.m., trades the Asia session, goes to the gym, walks by the beach, and journals at night. He treats trading like an athlete treats a sport. If he breaks his routine, everything falls apart. He says his routine is the only thing that keeps him alive, because without it, he would fall back into bad habits. And this is one of the biggest lessons for every trader watching this. Your routine is your protection. Without structure, you'll drift back into chaos. Now, remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you're finding value so far. And check the pinned comment for the link to the best prop firms and promo codes I personally recommend. It supports my work and helps you save on fees when you start your own journey. Now let's talk about one of the biggest takeaways from his journey. Daniel learned that success on the charts is not just about skill. It's about character. He says that when he finally became profitable, it wasn't because he found the perfect entry signal. It was because he became a different person. He stopped drinking, stopped making excuses, stopped rushing the process. He learned to accept delayed gratification. Trading forced him to grow up. He also realized something most people ignore. The charts reveal your true self. If you're impatient in life, you'll be impatient in trading. If you have an ego outside of trading, you'll force trades just to prove you're right. And until you fix the person, you'll never fix the performance. That's why when people ask him how to start trading the right way, he gives a simple answer. Find a mentor. Just like a boxer needs a coach, a trader needs guidance. You can try to figure out alone, but it will take years and cost you thousands in lost accounts. A good mentor will shorten that path and keep you accountable. When asked what success means to him, Daniel didn't say Lamborghinis or luxury. He said it means not worrying about money anymore. For him, the biggest pain in life was always lack of money. So, success simply means freedom, the ability to wake up and do what he loves every day without financial stress. But the deeper part of his answer was even more powerful. He said success is also about impact, about becoming the kind of person who makes others better. And that's something all traders should take seriously. If you can help even one person avoid a mistake that took you months to learn, that's impact. One of his most repeated quotes is that trading is the best personal development tool in the world because it forces you to face yourself. Every mistake, every fear, every weakness gets exposed. You can't hide behind anyone else. If you take full responsibility, you grow. That's the beauty and the pain of trading. It humbles you, but it also transforms you. Today, Daniel lives in Dubai. He says he moved there because it forced him to level up. In his words, you can't stay the same person in a city where everyone is chasing success. He calls it the new dream, not the American dream, but the Dubai dream. He's surrounded by traders, entrepreneurs, and people who push him to stay sharp. But even now, he keeps the same simple structure. Wake up early, follow the plan, and never get comfortable. He says the moment he breaks routine, he feels himself slipping. That's why his life is built around consistency, not excitement. He doesn't need to chase hype. He just needs to keep showing up. And that's what separates a consistent trader from an average one. Most traders are waiting for motivation. Winners just follow structure. They show up whether they feel like it or not. When asked what advice he would give to his younger self, he said one thing: find a mentor early, learn one simple strategy, and stop trying to do everything at once. The more complicated your system, the more problems you create. Keep it simple, master it, and repeat it. That's the formula he used to go from rock bottom to managing over $1 million in capital. And if he can do it coming from where he came from, anyone can. Let that sink in. He wasn't special. He wasn't lucky. He was just consistent when everyone else gave up. If you're watching this right now, maybe you're struggling with trading, maybe you've blown a few accounts, maybe you're starting to doubt yourself. Understand this. Your trading results don't define you. Your persistence does. As long as you keep learning and improving, you're still in the game. Success doesn't come to the fastest trader. It comes to the most patient one, the one who learns, adapts, and stays in control no matter what happens. That's what Daniel Holmes did. He built himself one trade, one day, one routine at a time. And if you stay consistent, so can you. So if this story inspired you, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. And don't forget to check the pinned comment for the best prop firm links and promo codes. They're the same firms that helped traders like Daniel get started when they had no capital, and using those links also helps support my work. Keep learning, keep showing up, and remember, your rock bottom is not the end. It's the start of your comeback story.